my dazzling Toastmaster Ashwini, my sparkling Toastmaster Dhwani, and my scintillating fellow Toastmasters and guests, I, Milind Kulapkar, Sergeant of Arms, welcome you all to our milestone meeting of 700th meeting of Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club, number 125432 of Area 1, District B of District 92. Toastmasters Club mission is to provide supportive, positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters have helped people across the globe of diverse backgrounds to become more confident communicator and leader. I request you all to uphold the principle of Toastmasters to mute your mobile. So I give you 5 seconds and I too is going to mute my mobile. 4, 3, 2, 1. And of course, mute your audio and unmute it only when you are invited to speak. And I request you all to keep your video on at all times unless you are moving in and out. As an encouragement to every Toastmasters and role takers and speakers, make sure to applaud them virtually. The role takers and speakers are consciously refraining from expressing their views on sex, politics, religion to ensure that the sentiments of audience are not hurt. Now it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the president of our club. For him, sharing and singing song in English, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil has been his long-time passion. And he has a collection of over thousands of audio cassettes and CDs and DVDs for the last 30 years. So please join me in welcoming with loud applause Toastmaster Joseph Fritz Benedict. Welcome you, sir. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Joseph, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Joseph, sir, please unmute yourself. I think you have to go and unmute your mobile. We can't hear you.
Thank you, DTM Milanji, for the amazing introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my distinguished guests. A warm welcome to this milestone meeting of 700. I declare this in order. Today, we are close to be celebrating the Makar Sankranti, which will be tomorrow as well as day after tomorrow also, depending upon the area which they try to develop it, celebrate it. As you know, from the new year onwards, we are all having a row of festivals also. Today, I would like to acknowledge our guests today. I'm not able to see them in my computer. I would like others that the new guest, if there is anyone, can be asked to speak on this meeting from where they have come, as well as to introduce themselves for this meeting. Over to you, others.
Sure, sir. So the thing is, we have a few interesting people joining us today. We have Prasanna and we have Shubhi joining us, two people I spoke to over the phone. So, Prasanna, you can probably go ahead and share your thoughts on the meeting in general.
Hello, hello friends, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello, I am Prasanna Ranjan. I am 28 years old and I am native of Bihar. I am pursuing my higher studies in the field of mathematics and cognitive science. Friends, recently, like an year ago, I got interested in entrepreneurship and also established some entrepreneurial work in the fields of education and logistics. And currently, I am in Bangalore, and I am a sports person, and I have represented badminton in the sports badminton at the state championships in Bihar, and I am enthusiastic, and I got information from my friend that this is the very vibrant community in the Toastmasters, and I wanted to enhance my public speaking abilities and leadership qualities, and that is why I joined this prestigious organization, and I hope that my skills would enhance manifold when I would be interacting with you all, and you're very knowledgeable and competent speakers. So this is my little introduction.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, we also have another guest amidst us. I think we also have Shubhi joining us. Shubhi, you can go ahead and share your thoughts as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Adarsh, for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. Myself, Shubhi Garg. Right now, I'm in Bangalore, and I've completed my master's in chemical engineering from IIT Bombay. And I love doing creative work, and my profile is in data science. I'm glad to join this meeting with you all. Hope it would go better. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Shubhi. I think I'd like to hand it back to our president.
Others, can you send the meeting in the computer, please?
So the meeting agenda has already been shared. Oh, you mean you mean the invite. Sure, I'll share that. Yeah. So, sure, sir, you can proceed now.
Sankranti is a festival where the sugar cane is carried from house to house to carry the sweet relationship, and also some of the preparations of jaggery and other things are taken in, and wishing each family on Saturday as well as on Sunday. Now, I am going to announce a few things about our Toastmaster Club today. Others, can you focus me, please? We are going to have a line of champion speakers from next meeting onwards. In order to have an educational session, we have invited many of them from outside India and USA also. This will give us an opportunity for our contest persons who can have an idea of how public speaking could be done, and also the communication skills, and also if there is any humorous speech. So they will be trained or during this weekly champion speakers meeting. Immediately next week, we are going to have a very good, great personality of Bangalore, that is Matthew Verghese. He will be addressing a keynote speech on the Toastmasters International relation with the requirement of public speaking as well as contest requirement. And also there will be going to be a panel discussion on how leadership is going to help us in this period of time. With all this in package, we will going to enjoy our further meetings, and we request the audience and our guests, distinguished guests, to attend to these meetings so that they can have a good takeaway in their life of Toastmasters as well as non-Toastmasters. Now it's time for me to hand over my stage to our Toastmaster of the day. He was taking so many roles in our Speechweavers Club. He's a very, for a couple of years, he was serving Speechweavers in different roles. He was also the president of the club. He's also a manager in the IT company, and he is also the area director for District 117 in USA. Here, in his cross time, he always reads books and hears music, and he also plays sports during his time whenever it is possible. Now, let us invite with great applause our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mayur. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Joseph sir. Good evening. Are you able to hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guest. I hope you can hear me clearly. And thank you, Joseph sir, for giving me a kind introduction. As you know, today's theme is Journey of a Speech Weavers, right? So what comes to your mind when you hear the word public speaking? Anybody? Okay.
Speaking to a large audience.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Speaking to a large audience.
Yes, correct. So when I heard public speaking, or I saw people doing public speaking on the stage, so initial thought of mine, or many people like me who were about to invite for public speaking, so my body will work like I am shaking, my legs are shivering, and I had a dry throat with no word to say, or you can say a low self-esteem, to go on to the stage and speak for like just 2 or 3 minutes, right? This happened to most of us, isn't it? And this was the case with me before 2-3 years, or you can say earlier than that. So what happens when you start public speaking? Let me give you some math. I'm not talking about Professor Walter, if you heard him from Breaking Bad. Okay, I'm talking about some numbers. World has around roughly 8 billion of population, and of which just 3.2 lakh people are Toastmaster members. And we have certain other public speaking platforms like TEDx, or many politicians who do public speaking. And what do you think, how they are making impact in society or various section of world, which are roughly just 1%? Those people are impacting the world, right? So if you start speaking regularly from scratch, with just 1 or 2 minutes of speech over a period of time, you will develop public speaking skills where you don't require your notes or speech or a speech to deliver your speech, right? Many people, you have seen that they are referring to their speech. You might have seen certain politicians, many notable speakers you might see on a podcast or a YouTube channel or wherever you have saw, right? So if you practice, then this skill will enhance your confidence and you will be developing a public speaking skill. In last year, or I would say in like 2.5 years, because last 6 months I was not that much active, I had so much impact of public speaking in my life. And over a period, I have organized around 10 to 15 specific event related to keynote speakers and arrange those sessions. And even though I have spoken in those sessions as well, this happened to me because of a regular practice and giving speeches and taking up the roles. What we do in a club or in a speech weaver, let me point you out one important aspect of Toastmaster or speech weaver, as it's a platform to make a mistake and improvise yourself as a speaker. Unlike a regular job where you were given a certain task, and if you made a mistake, your boss will tell you that you are working on this project or certain task for this period of time, and still you are doing mistake. And if this problem persists for a long time and you don't know when you will get substituted soon, right? So take many roles, as many roles as possible, and I always tell members to work on those small things like pauses, right? So but most of us don't want to take up those roles like counter, timer, or tag team roles. But if you take up these roles, you will try to identify those problems in particular people, and over a period of time you only realize that, okay, I made that mistake in that meeting, so I can improvise on that particular thing, right? Another thing about public speaking or speakers, I heard from someone that there are two kind of people who have who that way they can give they are giving their speeches. Like one who have to think, plan, or write and practice the speech, and another category of people where they are just given a topic and they have that much of knowledge within themselves that they will just deliver their speech. And we can see the two living example, or we can say legend, are we have already seen this kind of people, and one is Rahul Gandhi and another is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So you see the difference how they both speak, right? So that way, if you want to become a good public speaker, you have to practice. No matter what happens, at least try to give one speech a month, then you will be having a dramatic change in your public speaking over the period of time. Like maybe you can take 6 months, certain people take 1 year, or maybe more, or maybe not, who knows. So now let's move forward with the meeting. Toastmaster meetings usually divides into 3 parts, and first one is prepared speeches. But today we have certain other uh, type of speeches in which members will speak on their testimonials of public speaking, how they have achieved so far within the club. So they will speak on a particular their experience for 3 to 4 minutes, and they will give their speeches. Before that, I would like to tell you one before going ahead in that speech session. First, I would like to invite our general evaluator, who general evaluator. He or she will be observing the whole meeting and give their feedback at the end of the meeting. So the general evaluator today is from the HR field, and she is working into IT services company. Her hobbies includes listening music and do something creative of her own, and she would like to engage effectively with members and people and become more persuasive in her communicating skills. So let's welcome and put your hand together to welcome our general evaluator to share the detail of her roles and tag teams as well. Over to you, Toastmaster Gunjan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Mayur. So good morning, good evening all, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. For the benefit of our members and guests, I'm the General Evaluator today. I'm Gunjan Gupta, and I conduct the evaluation portion of our meeting. As a GE, I can't handle the entire evaluation part, so I have a tag team along with me who will be helping me throughout the meeting. So I would like to introduce my tag team. Please be welcoming the table topic evaluator, Toastmasters Nadyan Selvam. Others, should we call them for the introduction or is it okay?
Yeah, I can call on. I think you can call on the table topics evaluator.
Yes. So I would like to call table topic evaluator Toastmasters Nadian Selvam. Please come and introduce yourself. He's here.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm Nadian Selvam. I'm a senior technical leader in Cisco systems. And I'm currently serving as an area director like Joseph sir in District 117. And past president of Smedley's Club and in Toastmasters for around 7 years. Back to you, General Evaluator.
And Nadia, you can also explain your role. You can explain your role for today as well.
Sure, Adarsh. So I'll be evaluating the table topic speeches. It will be around 1 minute of evaluation for each of the speech. Adarsh or Gunjan, you want to add anything or?
No, thank you so much. Next, I would like to call upon our table topic master, Toastmaster Dhwani. Dhwani, can you please explain your role?
Yes, thank you so much, General Evaluator. Hello, everybody. I am your table topics master for today. And as the table topic master, I would be giving out topics to everybody and for those who volunteer as well. Otherwise, I'll have to pick people. So it is the impromptu section of our meeting today, where it will help you to enhance your public speaking and think on your feet and answer. The time limit will be for 1 to 2 minutes, and maximum you can go to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So that's all the best. And I hope everybody picks up the topic and volunteer rather than me picking people and then giving the topic. I have very exciting topics and I'm sure you all will enjoy it. With that, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Dhwani. Definitely, we are going to enjoy with you. Our next role is grammarian, who is playing by Toastmaster Girish. Girish, please introduce yourself and your role.
Thank you, General Evaluator Gunjan Gupta. Thank you so much. Dear Toastmasters, as a grammarian, my role, dear Toastmasters and our guests, as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and to take notes of outstanding usage of the word, sentence, and the phrases, and also to highlight the improvement areas in place where the speaker uses not so good phrases. And it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, and the word of the day is nostalgia, which means a sentence longing or wishful affection of a period in the past. An example of the usage of the word is seeing picture of my friends. Old friends made me feel very nostalgic. One more time, seeing picture of my old friends made me feel very nostalgic. And I request all the Toastmasters and guests to use the word of the day wherever appropriate. And if you do, I will be appreciative, showing a thumbs up. And also calling out their names at the end of the this presentation. Thank you. And I will give you the report at the end of the meeting, and over to you.
Thank you, Girish. Thank you, Toastmaster Girish. Now our next is the timer, which will be played by Toastmaster Shilpa. Shilpa, Toastmaster Shilpa, I will like to request you to please introduce your role.
Thank you, General Evaluator Gunjan. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and my dear esteemed guests and distinguished Toastmasters. I am Shilpa, and it's my pleasure to be a part of this milestone meeting. I would like to thank Joseph sir for giving this opportunity. As a timer, my responsibility is to time the speeches. Today we have speeches. Like today's speeches will be little different and exciting, where we are going to witness the speech from our speakers about their journey. And the timing will be 3 to 4 minutes. At 3 minutes, I'll display green card. At 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Sorry, at 4 minutes. Yeah, at 3 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll display the yellow card. And at 4 minutes, I'll display the red card. And for table topic speeches, timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll display the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll display the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, red card. And there will be a 30 seconds grace period of time to wrap up your table topic speech. And evaluation, we have one evaluator today who will be evaluating table topic speakers. And the timings will be 5 to 6 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 5 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll display the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll display the red card. I will be back with my timer report once I will be called upon by our general evaluator, Toastmaster Gunjan. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpa. Now our next role is our counter, which is played by Toastmaster Adarsh. Toastmaster Adarsh, please introduce your role.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gunjan. So I'll be playing the role of an R counter in today's meeting. Now, it is one of those very interesting roles that makes a massive difference in everybody's speeches at the end of the day. Now, my job is not to pinpoint areas where you did bad, but rather it is my job to highlight that one filler word or crutch word that you use in your everyday life that hinders your speech. And these words can be as, you knows, ums, or any repetitive form of language or usage that you might use in your everyday life. And I'm here to point that out. And as part of today's meeting, I also highlight the one that you utilize the most. And I hope you can go back and do your homework and probably try to avoid that in your upcoming speeches. And I'll be back with my report by the end of the meeting. I'd like to hand it back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adarsh. And with this, I would like to give the stage back to TMOD, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you so much, Gunjan, for the role descriptions. And now I would like to invite the first speaker. So the sequence I have decided it now is first will be Ashwini, second will be Bidhu, and third will be Vinod. Vinod is here, I guess. Yes.
Yes, Mayur, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Now I would like to invite our first speaker, Toastmasters, Ashwini. Okay, she is a academician by profession and currently into curriculum designing. She is passionate about her job and everything she does. She practices reading self-help book and workout to keep her fit. She feels like confident and geared up for what's coming her way. So let's welcome Toastmaster Ashwini Madhu for the first speech. Over to you, Ashwini.
Yes. It was during his first campaign for United States of Senate in the year 2004. He gave his first speech that said, "There is no liberal America and conservative America. There is the United States of America." And after that, in the year 2009, he won the presidency election. And in the year 2013, he won the re-election. So any guesses whom I'm talking about? Any guesses?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
Absolutely. So it's none other than Mr. Barack Obama. And rest is the history, as you all know. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ashwini here. Thank you, Mayur, for that lovely introduction. Yes, being in the education sector, every academic year, there would be a minimum 3 to 4 trainings that I should be taking up. And every time there's a module, I would pick it up with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of energy. I would pick up the module because I know that's my content. I know that's my forte. I know I can speak about it and I can tell my audience what is it all about. But the day when that module has to be delivered and I'm standing in front of hundreds of participants there, I freeze. I go blank. And especially when they ask me any questions, I would struggle for words just like that. I am so new to that whole place. That's when I identified that I lack the public speaking. Although I know the content, I have been swimming in that area or that section all through my year, but still when I'm asked to speak in front of people, I struggle. So later I thought I need to help myself. And that's when I started following Brian Tracy. He's a Canadian motivational speaker. I love him. And as and when I was listening to more of his videos and watching his videos and his voice videos, that is when he spoke. If you are lacking communication skill, then you must just register yourself to Toastmasters and develop your communication skill. And that struck me because I had never heard the name Toastmasters ever before. That's when I Googled immediately to understand what is this Toastmasters exactly? And does this even exist in India? I had no clue. So when I did the Google research, I realized, yes, there are a lot of Toastmasters, groups in India too. So there were numbers given, telephone numbers. So immediately I called, I wanted to know more about it apart from what is there in the website. So that is where my journey started as a Toastmaster. And later, it was almost a year of my journey in the Toastmaster. There was one speech I had to give, and this time it was not 100, there were about 250 plus youngsters that I was supposed to address. And trust me when I say this, for more than 3 minutes, I could get their attention, almost 99%. That silence that echoed back to me made me realize that yes, I was heard for the first time. And from there on, there's never a look back for me. Every time I speak, every time I address my people, whether it is 1 minute, 2 minutes, known audience or unknown, that's the confidence that I have that I can speak. And I owe my gratitude to the Toastmasters because I realized with the efforts and with the support from the Toastmaster team, we can improve our communication skills and do it. So why did I speak about in the presidency speech, or even when Mayur was talking, he did talk about Mr. Modi giving the speech. So should we really join Toastmasters because one day we would be heading some institute and we have to give a speech? Not necessarily. We don't have to head any community or any institute to really give a speech, because when we talk, or when people look at us, we talk. That's the first thing that they notice. How do we talk? What do we talk? Do we really mean what we are talking? Are we really convincing when we are talking? Should they even stand there or sit there and hear to what we are talking? It matters a lot, no matter in which sector you all are working or we all are working. We want people to listen to us. We want to be heard. We should speak about what we're doing. So it doesn't matter whether how big or small job role that we are doing, even if we are a salesperson, we are in marketing, no matter where, I think communication is the key for the success. And if we are looking for a success and we identify that, yes, there are these things or this part of communication skill that I need to improve, there's no better than Toastmasters that we should be. And for those who are guests for the first time, you're in the right place at the right time. Welcome. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayur. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashwini, for your generous experience, how you have improvised on your public speaking and how this has helped you in your life, professionally and personally as well. Now, I would like to invite our second speaker, and he is by profession a business manager at Baichung Bhutia Football School. And his hobbies include outdoor activities such as sports or marathon and delving on stories via movies or books. That's quite a good experience. Good hobby. And he was the past VP education of the Speech Weavers and also VP PR prior to that term. And after, so let me invite our second speaker, Toastmaster Bidhu. Over to you, Toastmaster Bidhu.
It was in 2017, nostalgic times. I was in my first year of my professional life and I was hired to work for a startup. I had completed my post-graduation, a degree in MBA. The vision I had growing up about working for a company was starkly different from what I was presented in my first job. Today, we have a lot more exposure in how startups run and what is the expectations and demands of someone working in a startup. But during that time in 2017, the industry was in a nascent stage and the work was unpredictable and less defined. More or less, after spending a year and managing to stay afloat in the job, I got a bit of clarity in my day-to-day activities and the expectations that were bestowed upon me. Number one was talking to people for funding. That cohort involved people with more than 50-20 years of experience, mostly industry experience, who had really short time in their hand for interaction. Number two was talking about our company to the people who are willing to join us. Now, these conversations were much more elaborative because it had to be appealing and at the same time show a true picture. Number three was team alignment, which included opinionated conversation, disagreement, intense and long meetings, where the fight was to align and create consensus among the team members. Soon I pinpointed a few things that I needed to work upon myself to survive in that environment and possibly enjoy and thrive. Those were communication, persuasive and influence ability, listening skills, and delegating responsibilities. So I was visualizing my future self, where I thought in the next 5 years, I need to have clarity in what I communicate, persuade and align people in the projects that I'm working on. And if I'm driving a team, listen to their needs, aspirations, and create a situation where the team can be empowered. This was only possible through delegation, where you assign roles and responsibilities to the people, and he or she is accountable for the work that they present to me. So with that thought in mind, I was subconsciously searching for a platform which would enable me to learn these skills, at least one or two, if not all. And that's when I stumbled upon Toastmasters. My first impression of that was it is a free event where I can drop by and have some snacks and give a few and receive a few tips on public speaking. Since it was free, I was enticed to brave the Bangalore traffic, and hence I gave it a shot. The first day I attempted table topics. I vividly remember the club members that day, Toastmaster Deepa, Toastmaster Srinu Babu, Toastmaster Milind sir, who were all there and are still connected with me. It was Toastmaster Deepa who invited me for table topics on the topic Money Never Sleeps. But what was appealing in that environment was it was very welcoming and it was very kind, where I could start my journey with public speaking. Over the years, I tried to remain associated with Toastmasters through Speech Weavers Club, as it gives me a sense of belonging within the club. Although my core reason of being associated with the club is to improve communication and public speaking, I must admit that it has opened a lot many doors, both within the club and outside of it. I have tried really hard to take roles within the club. Initially, my focus was to complete my pathways, and later it all shifted to taking much more leadership roles, like VP PR and VP Education. I think it developed a lot more potential within me as an individual and effective leader. Although the opportunities within the club outnumber the opportunities outside, I must admit the opportunities that was presented outside were very enticing. But it was only due to my own paucity of time and my other professional commitments, I could not give that much time to those opportunities. And maybe in future, I will explore them. It also acts as a driving force for me to know that there is a world outside within Toastmasters which is yet to be explored by me. I quickly take time to highlight the best of times during my tenure in different capacities. When I was doing my pathways journey, a regular mentorship from Toastmaster Deepa is what I cherish the most. During my days as VP PR, I was invited to work for various district level competitions to drive engagements. And one of the most creative works were done during those times. During my days as VP Education, I had a very close working relationship with the then President Toastmaster Shubhadeep and Toastmaster Adarsh, both of with whom I benefited a lot in how to drive regular meetings forward irrespective of what is happening around the club. Overall, I must admit the experience is always enriching. Every time there's a meeting scheduled, I always take note of what I'm going to give and contribute in a particular meeting. But by the end of the meeting, I take more, and that is solely because of the generous and gratifying members and guests who join our meeting. To close my speech, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of Speechweavers with whom I have developed such a nice bond through Toastmasters. And I look forward to keep sharing that bond in the coming months as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bidu, for your experience as a Toastmaster and how you excelled in various roles and responsibilities you have given so far in the club, and how your speaking has enhanced over the period of time. And you have spoken about various departments, I would say, where you have excelled, where you have utilized your experience of public speaking, like you said, in the funding kind of scenarios, or recruiting or team alignment, this kind of scenarios. So the public speaking always help in various kind of scenarios, how you are going to talk with different variety of people in regular setup or meetings, right? Now I would like to invite our third speaker, and he is by profession a tech manager at US based cloud startup. His interests include doing homework or assignment for his 2 kids, and he likes to read self-help or fictions. He likes to hit the gym too, but currently he has paused the membership due to January fitness enthusiast crowd. But I would like to tell you one thing, Vinod, if you are really interested in any kind of work, whether it is gym or reading or anything, I would say if you are seeing too much crowd at the morning in the gym, I started going around 11 or 12 a.m. in the morning, because at 7 or 8 p.m. it's too much rush to enter into gym, and you find too much of crowd because of January, right? So you can try different timings to avoid too much of crowd. And as per his words, he is feeling nervous because he has given his speech quite long ago, and it gives him a jitters to loot less than where he started. And so now I would like to invite our third speaker, Toastmaster Vinod, to give his speech. Over to you, Vinod.
Butterflies. I still have those butterflies in my stomach, but it's just that it has got a lot smaller than what it used to be. Thanks for the introduction, Mayur, and I'll take your advice on the gym part and hit the gym probably in the mid-afternoon to avoid the crowd. Good evening, Toastmasters. My journey with Speechweavers was a very short one, unfortunately, but definitely a nostalgic and impactful. Let me explain by giving you a backstory. I used to work for a big Wall Street firm in 2020 in a reasonably senior position. As part of my work responsibility, I was tasked to do a presentation to a large group of people. I've never done this before, but I've never had to do that before. But I've done a lot of presentations to a smaller group of people, to my team, to my boss, many discussions which we have had. So I did not think that this was going to be a difficult one. I had a structure in place. I was expert in the topic. So I had to go to the stage. And then as soon as I held the mic at the stage, I froze. Everyone's eyes was on me. Words did not come out of my mouth. I muttered a simple good morning somehow, and I turned to the presentation, after which I never turned back to the audience. It was not even a Shark Tank pitch, so I was not sure why I was so nervous. But I was sweating by the end of it, and I skipped the Q&A session too. So it was not difficult to find out that it was a flop presentation. I soon found out from a lot of my colleagues and the boss as well. After a sleepless night on discovering that public speaking is the biggest fear in my life, I started to research on finding a Toastmasters club. And I had a colleague who highly recommended Speech Weavers. I still remember when I was the club guest on Speech Weavers on the first day, I was quietly watching the whereabouts on that Friday afternoon when someone called out my name for an introduction. Immediately I froze. But this time I recovered quickly because it was over a Zoom meeting and there was no stage or a mic, so that was easy. I started to look forward to the Friday 5 p.m. meetings thereafter. Every club has its X factor. Why I think Speech Weavers is unique is because the club was made up of a very diverse group of people. The various point of views or the feedback I heard from the members were very genuine. It had an aim to actually improve the speaker. The second point was that people were a lot of fun. They helped each other. They supported each other wherever needed. They did not judge the person, but more around, they embraced clumsiness, awkwardness, and silence. These were very important for me because that will improve the confidence and build a character. Lastly, I like the camaraderie among the members at Speech Weavers. It was a very difficult period for all of us due to COVID. Infection was spreading, people's physical and mental health were on the decline. But this club had people standing up and supporting each other in case of any absence or emergency off. Somebody always volunteered to do the other person's role. That's leadership. You don't see that often in a corporate life and possibly even in other clubs. Like everyone, I've had small wins, small achievements in my life. And alluding to Mandela's words, one such win which I'm proud of is my icebreaker speech, which was received well. Thanks to all the senior Toastmasters who mentored me on that. I started to incorporate the Toastmasters principles at work. My confidence levels have gone up. I raise my hands for doing presentations, for training sessions, or any workshops at office. Transformed is an overused adjective nowadays. But to me, Speech Weavers definitely changed me for better. Thanks, Adarsh, for giving me an opportunity, and over to you, Mayur.
Thank you so much, Vinod, for your sharing your experience as a Toastmaster, how you have inculcated those experience you got in Toastmaster and applied in your corporate as well as personal life over the period. Now we have come to an end to our first segment of the meeting, which is speeches. And I would like to take a testimonial or experience with a guest or a non-Toastmaster if they would like to share their opinion, what they have learned so far in the meeting or from the speeches. Anyone? Okay, let me see the hands. Okay, Prasanna, you can go ahead.
Hello, friend. Hello once again. I never did any public speaking in my life, and I am very fortunate to be joining this group. What I have learned so far is that for the first time, it is always that we feel nervous, and it's quite obvious that we all have our egos and eyes that we perceive ourselves, and it feels threatened when we go on stage. So it is, it's very obvious, and that is why we have all gathered here, and it's first time, and I'm very happy. I'm feeling very confident, and I feel that I would be improving a lot when I would be in in the presence with all these team members. So and fortunately or coincidentally, it's the 700th meeting, if I'm correct. What others tell me. So it's a 700th meeting. So it's doubly joyous for me that on this auspicious occasion, I am with all my friends, and yes, I would be learning nuances of public speaking as I'm new to this field. and I'm very eager to learn all those new nuances. And I have I learned that there is timer, and there is a general evaluator, and grammarian, and so I think these all things would help in enhancing my public speaking, and so to all my colleagues and guests. So these are my some thoughts. Sometimes it's I have there are many things to say, but I'm on the camera, so sometimes I feel that I am forgetting things to say. But I hope in another meetings I will be able to convey whatever there is in my head and heart. So it's first meeting, so please excuse me. So
That's okay.
that's
Thank you so much, Prasanna, for your words and
Thanks.
experience. Now, I would like to tell you about one thing as well, whether it is a first walk of yours, first class of college, or first day at college, or a first date with your girlfriend or a friend, or any first experience. We always felt nervous, isn't it? Right? So, and whether it is a public speaking or any stage performance, whether it would be a dance or a comic or whatever you are performed to do, until you practice that enough, then at one day you will be very good at that particular skill. So practice requires in any kind of field. Now we have our second part of the meeting lined off, table topic session. But before that, to lighter the meeting a bit, let's hear a song from Toastmaster and President Joseph. Over to you, Toastmaster Joseph. I can't. Okay, he's also wearing a hat, and what is in hand? I hope everyone is eager to hear him out for that song. What do you say?
Yes, definitely. We are highly we are eager.
You can post your gesture using the smileys.
Second. What second?
What do you think he is going to sing? Any guesses from anybody?
मेरा जूता है जापानी.
Second.
Okay, you can go ahead, Joseph sir. We can't hear you.
किसी के दर्द मिल सके तो ले उदार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. माना अपने जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी और दिल के हम अमीर हैं. माना अपने जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी और दिल के हम अमीर हैं. उसे जो प्यार के लिए वो जिंदगी, चले बहार के लिए वो जिंदगी, किसी को हो ना हो हमें तो ऐतबार, जीना इसी के नाम है. जिंदा हूँ हमी के नाम प्यार का रिश्ता दिल से दिल के है इस बार का हमी के नाम प्यार का कि मर के भी किसी के याद आएंगे किसी के आँख में मुस्कुराएंगे कहेंगे फूल हर कली से बार बार जीना इसी के नाम है किसी के मुस्कुराहटों में जो लिखा किसी के दर्द में सके तो निर्गुजा किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार जीना किसी का नाम है
Thank you so much, Joseph sir, for that for wonderful performance of yours, singing as well as dancing on the song. And I hope everyone has enjoyed very well. It was a really so confident of you that you can pull it off very well. Now we will move to our second segment of the meeting with the table topic master. And let me invite our table topic master for today. She is a keen learner and the secretary of the Gabby's Toastmaster Club. She is also a Triple Crown winner and a path breaker. She is a communication skill coach by profession and an artist by heart. She is also an educator by choice. Let's welcome our table topic master for today's meeting, Dhwani Adishara. Over to you, Dhwani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maurya. Also, I'm a period educator by choice. Yes. So with that, hi, everybody, once again. I'm sure that you all know the rules by now. I mentioned earlier that our table topic section comprises of 1 to 2 minutes, and maximum you can speak for 2 minutes 30 seconds. And the timer, please note that at 1 minute you will show the green card, at 1 minute 30 seconds you will show the yellow card, and at 2 minutes you will show the red card. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Right. So with that, let's move ahead and just don't think about what the topic will be and what am I going to talk. Just go ahead and speak. Right? Will you all do that? Then show me a thumbs up and let's energize and let's begin with our table topic segment for today. Who wants to be the first speaker? Okay. I see Prasanna, if I'm not mistaken with your pronunciation, it's Prasanna Ranjan. Correct.
Correct.
Hi. So your topic for today will be okay. What white lies do you often tell? What white lies do you often tell?
Yes, hello friends. What lies do I often tell? Friends, I am new to entrepreneurship, and I'm into establishing my business in the field of logistics and in the education. And when I meet some of my friends, and when they're in corporate, and they would say that I have achieved this and I achieved that, and then while communicating with them, I sometimes say that I have established my business, and my company is doing great in the field of logistics, but still it's in the nascent stage. After COVID, it's getting traction. So this is the white lie I tell to my friends most often. This is what I can recall. And it's a very unusual topic, what white lie I say. Although I think I'm not, I would be lying and other things also, but as of now, I'm not being able to recall anything. So white lie, I would be telling. So this is the, this is the thought which came to my mind. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much for being such a sport and taking up the topic. And yeah, it's all about you attempting and you tried. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
Perfect. Now let's move on to the next speaker. Who wants to go next? Nobody? Okay, then I will pick someone. Okay, so I'll pick Dr. Prasha.
Yes, it's Dr. Pasha.
Pasha. Okay, so my apologies for that. Yes. So your topic is, do you see to believe or believe to see? Do you see to believe or believe to see?
See, the thing is, we human beings are designed to see what we believe, because how much we believe, what we believe, that much we are designed to see. So the thing is, first is belief. There is a belief within system, that much we see clearly. So beyond belief, we can't see anything. So in every this thing, see, it is as a writer and author in my books also I written. Belief is a foundation to perception. So that's why it is always recommend, or I advise through this great platform. Build the beliefs. Belief system is very important. So as our belief reinforces our perceptions and the clarity with the things we see. So that once we believe that, build that belief system, things will become easier, and it is easier to take decisions. We take effective decision, and the outcomes is most of the time the outcomes will become in our favor. So the important thing about belief is the beliefs. We have to build it. It is not automatic. It is not for free, but it is not instant. We cannot build our any belief overnight. So for that, we have to be in continuous process. We have to learn, unlearn the things. We have to read. We have to get exposed. So over to you. Thank you for the topic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pasha, for taking up the topic. And I totally believe, and I totally feel that, believe is such a 7-letter word, but then it has such high weightage. And believe and trust, they both go hand in hand. So a great take on that. Thank you so much for that. Can we give a round of applause to him as well? Okay, so who would like to go next? Yes, I see Aparna.
Yes, Toastmaster Dhwani, I'd like to go next. Hi.
Hi. So your topic is, when nothing goes right, go left. When nothing goes right, go left.
I never give up. I never, ever give up. And I'm sure everyone here must be thinking, oh, such a strong woman. No, it's a pain in the neck, because there are days I want to give up. My life would be easier if I gave up a lot of things. It would be much more peaceful. But that staunch thing, that stubbornness, that kind of a bite in your head, that kind of a thought in your head, which never lets you get off that idea and saying, no, you have to do it. I never give up. So for me, there is no option. If nothing goes right, I have to go not just left, north, south, east, west, center, try right again and keep doing it again and again and again, because I have no option. But one good thing comes out of this. Let me tell you. Yes, it is painful. Yes, it is almost, I would say, I tend to regret these things. I know I shouldn't say, that's not the politically right answer, but I tend to regret these things. It gives a lot of pain to me and people around me. But you know what? It makes for great table topic answers, because it gives you fantastic experience. It gives you great stories to tell people. But more importantly, after having my kids and after having people that I have started putting my life together in a better way for, because I know they look up to me, I think this is a good trait to have, where you never give up. Even if nothing is going your way, if nothing is going right, you simply never give up. I reiterate, if nothing is going right, go right again, go left, go straight, go backwards, north, northeast, south, southwest, but simply go. Don't stop, keep going. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much. And I totally agree with you that we must have a not giving up attitude, because that will take us forward, it will make us more successful in life. With that, can we give a round of applause to her as well? Now, who would want to take up the next topic? Anybody? Oh, okay, only one person can, a person can speak only once. So if maybe at the end, if nobody picks up and we have time, I will definitely give you the next topic. Guest Ranjan. Okay, hi Adarsh, would you want to go next?
I think maybe we can give this opportunity to our guest Shubhi. I think Shubhi can probably give it a shot.
Okay, surely. Guest Shubhi. Are you there with us?
Okay, if Shubhi isn't here, then we can probably pick somebody else. I think we have an expert table topic speaker like Meena. Meena, maybe you can take up the topic.
She's traveling and hence she had said that she won't be able to pick up a topic. So how about you? Why don't you go next and let's select somebody after you?
Sure, okay then. Yeah, I think I'll go for the next topic.
So what's your worst speech that you've ever made in Toastmasters?
It was not a long time ago, was it? I think it was probably exactly 1 year ago at this very time when I was tasked with giving my first ever speech at Toastmasters. And I swear to God, my mentor, who at that time was Toastmaster Deepa, helped me quite a lot. She helped me quite a lot in drafting this speech of mine. And she wanted me to practice. And guess what? I did nothing. I literally did nothing. I decided that when I come to the meeting, I'd be able to present the best speech imaginable without having prepared whatsoever. And I walked in so confidently thinking that I could do a great job that I stood right before the screen and I couldn't say a word. I literally couldn't say a word. And at that time, I was looking for new excuses to avoid delivering a speech. The first thought that came to my mind was, hey, you know what? We're in the online era, so I can probably play this to my advantage and probably pretend like my microphone isn't working. And that's exactly what I did. I muted myself and I pretended like my microphone wasn't working. And I instantly got a text message from Deepa on my phone saying, Adarsh, I know that you're actually kidding. Your microphone is just working fine. So better unmute yourself and speak. And I had to unmute myself at that time because I knew that I was caught. I spoke a bit more. And again, I was not prepared and my speech was not structured whatsoever. So I was struggling quite a lot. So I had to come up with a new excuse. And trust me, I didn't have enough time to come up with an excuse. I took a very long pause and I stopped and I didn't speak about it. And this, without a shadow of a doubt, is my worst speech ever. My worst speech ever was not even speech, to be very honest. It was truly unorganized. And the person that is sitting right before you delivering a speech today had no confidence whatsoever exactly a year ago at this very club, Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club. Firstly, I'd like to thank Deepa, and I'd like to thank everybody from within the club for having given me this opportunity. But with that said, what all of you must actually remember is it's not about delivering the perfect speech. It's actually about stepping up and giving a speech. And obviously, one must prepare themselves for the speech as well, but that's a different story. It's about stepping up, most importantly. And that's something I'm very proud of. I'm glad I stepped up, and let that be a lesson for all of us. Back to you.
Oh, that's an amazing take on the topic. And yes, can we give a round of applause to him? And the moral of the story is please practice before you go on the stage and speak. And it's okay. We do have certain feelings and certain nervousness within us that makes us, feel no speech is worse. It's just that our feeling, our emotions that make us feel nervous and anxious at that particular point of time. And that's when we mess things up. But then if we practice, then we'll definitely get the results. With that, who wants to take up the next topic? Okay, I can call guest Shubhi.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. So your topic is, what is worse, failing or never trying? What is worse, failing or never trying?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. So failing and never trying, both are two options everybody having in their life. So at every step of our professional life, everybody has some situations in which they have to try if they want to reattempt or retry, or they want to fail. Although anybody don't want to fail, but retry is also an attempt everybody is not willing to give. So according to me, failing is more worse than retrying. I think that's all.
Thank you so much for taking that one step and taking up this topic. Please give a round of applause to her. And absolutely, I feel that what is worse, failing or never trying? I feel never trying is worse, because it's okay to try and to go ahead. And even if you fail, it's totally fine, because failure is the stepping stone of life. Yes. So great try. And thank you for taking up the topic. With that, who would want to go next? Otherwise, I'm going to pick people up. Okay, one last topic. Let's have it. For our TMOD for today, Toastmaster Maurya. Mayur, sorry.
Dhani, I think I have spoken so much so far, so you can give it to somebody else.
Okay. Okay, the timer. Shilpa.
Sure, I think I can probably help Shilpa with the timer role. She can take up the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so your topic, you can hear me, right? I cannot see you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So your topic is, why do it today when you can put off the work for tomorrow? Why do it today when you can put off the work for tomorrow?
Okay. Thank you, Dhani, for this topic. Why doing today is when we can do it for tomorrow. As a person, like I am specially, so I always prefer to do the things ahead before the execution, whatever it is, even though if it is a like suppose there is an event and preparations, like preparing before, like ahead at least 1 week before, or if it is going to deliver a presentation or a speech, I always ensure that it should be things should be organized or prepared prior in before, like at least 1 week before or 3-4 days before, because last moment I never if something is going till last moment, then it causes a stress, which I really feel, because I feel it's better to do the things in prior rather than postponing it to, for last moment rush. So from my end, that's it from my end. Thank you. Over to you, Dhwani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpa, for taking up this topic. And can we give a round of applause to her as well? Absolutely, that procrastination is a thing that we all face, and I also procrastinate. So, so if I get an opportunity to put things off for tomorrow, I definitely do that. But yeah, I think we need to figure things out between urgency and not that urgent. So yeah. With that, I've come to an end of our table topic segment. Thank you so much for having me as a table topics master. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Dhwani, for conducting the table topic session very well. I hope everyone have enjoyed the session and spoken well for given topics. With that, we have come to an end to our second segment of the meeting, and let's move forward to the third segment, which is general evaluation. Now, I would like to bring back our general evaluator, Gunjan, right? Over to you, Toastmaster Gunjan, for general evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayur. I would like to call Toastmaster Nadia Selvan, sorry, for the evaluation of table topic speakers. Request you to, sorry, it's Nadia Selvan.
Thank you. Am I visible?
Visible as well as audible too.
Okay, thank you so much. Hearing Prasanna speak today as a table topic speaker brought the nostalgic moment of my first speech. Let me pin the timer. Okay, I'm able to see, sorry. And where it was my first meeting, I got to speak on a table topic. I would have just ran away that day, except the table topic master that day was, I mean, I was very lucky to have someone like today, right? What you guys had. He was a very experienced Toastmaster and he knew this was my first meeting. So he gave me a simple and exciting topic. So I went on speaking even after 2.5 to 3 minutes. I could remember that nostalgic moment. Prasanna, you are reasonably new to Toastmasters, right? That's what I remember from what you said. And the question you got, I would honestly say it's not a very naive question. It was a good one, but little tough for a new person. But the thing is, you took a little time to open it. But many people, when they take few seconds to open up, they will just give up, right? And they won't continue and complete. But you went on and on. And you definitely crossed more than 1 minute. I saw the green light and you spoke something meaningful and good. That's a great accomplishment. Only thing is you already had a very good point. Probably if you gave an example or told a personal story just related to that specific example or story, you would have crossed even 2 minutes. Right, that's a good learning. Probably you can take forward. Kudos to you, Prasanna. And with respect to Pasha, he had a very good flow of thoughts, and he was able to communicate that in a flow as well. That way, it was pretty good. But there was some element of lack of confidence which kind of put some breaks and slowness in the way he was delivering. Absolutely good set of thoughts, and it was flowing in an amazing way, but a little bit of maybe lack of confidence, which was giving the disturbance and putting brakes on the way. So he can feel confident and deliver with confidence the same speech. It would have been a great speech altogether. And in the end, when he handed over to the Toastmaster, he could have handed over with that good confidence, right? That is the only thing I feel he needs to look at. Otherwise, he very well crossed the time, and he had a good flow of thoughts, and he spoke well, except for the breaks contributed by the lack of confidence. When before I move to the next speaker, one thing I noticed is there are some clubs where there is a specific custom where if the table topic speaker did not use the word for the day, he is not considered for being the winner for that day, right? And not in the voting, right? Definitely in Speechweavers, as I know, no such thing. And if I am right, none of you use the word for the day. Right, only the table topic evaluator myself used in the beginning. Did I miss anyone? No, right? Probably nobody used the word for the day. Please take it as a learning in the future. Try to use the word for the day as well. Once you become better and smooth with giving the table topic speeches. Then the next person, right? Definitely, I don't want to skew people's votes towards somebody or something like that, but it's my job to evaluate, and the best way to do that is to give an example. Aparna did a very good job. Actually, she started well, right? And the other important thing is not just started well, right? She also gave a twist in the next line, so the audience are hooked up and attached to the speaker and continue to listen, right? That's the trick. You need to keep giving some surprises and interesting elements. And her hand gestures were good as well, right? And mostly visible too. She did connect to the Toastmasters as well, and had a story, and she was able to connect to Toastmasters and connect to us and why we are here, right? And she gave a very good finish as well, almost like a summary. She didn't summarize all the points, but gave a good punch in the finish, which is related, and then handed over well to the table topic master of the day. So these are some good learnings. Definitely everyone can take forward. And with respect to others, he had a very good start. He had a very related story. Like Aparna, right? And something we can all relate to, right? And he, one thing definitely he can look at improving is hand gestures, like what I was saying about Aparna, right? It was very visible, hand gestures were there and movement and related. In his case, he had clasped his hands and kept it like that. So that is one thing he can look at improving, just open up. And not everybody and always does that, but it's a good thing to start practicing. Then going to Shubhi, first thing is you don't have to thank for the opportunity. We want to thank you for sharing your thoughts. That is the first input I have for you, Shubhi. And you spoke well, you started well, right? Probably you can look at using some of the general templates as well to see how well you can continue from your start, right? You definitely had a point, started well. How can you continue? You can learn some of the techniques or templates, right? One example is when you talk about something, you say something good about it and something bad about it, and what is your opinion about it. That's a kind of a template. In some case, the time related template. Once upon a time, this is how it was done. Today, it's being done this way. Tomorrow, I expect it to be done this way, or if you do this way, it would be better. That kind of a template. So there are some standard templates. So if you learn that, you can try to use a suitable one and take forward the conversation. And Shilpa, you gave a good speech too. I think I already ran out of time, and you gave a good speech too. And only thing is I couldn't see you, at least, not visible. That's what I overall have for everyone. Back to you, General Evaluator Gunjan.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Nadian. So I would like to evaluate from starting from the time the meeting started. So meeting started at time at 6 o'clock, which was good. And the best part was all the guests has been introduced. Some have joined in between, so we missed those, but good, they all participated in the table topic session. So with the start of speaker one, if I'll start with, so she started with engage. She started well. She tried to engage the public as well, the audience. She has started with the good stories were there in her speech. But the one thing what I thought that she was in airport or somewhere, because of which she was not able to stand. Because once we stand and give the speech, your body language, we can see your hand gestures, we can see she was holding the mobile. So that was missing, what I thought. At the end, I would like to say good to know her journey, how the Toastmasters benefited her in improving the communication skills and all. She went beyond the time limit, but soon she finished the speech and she did the closure well. So this is for speaker one. Speaker two, I can't judge him. For me, he is an idol. I want to be like him, the way he speaks. So I can't judge him, but yeah, speech given was amazing. He shared overall his journey. He have gone through in the Toastmasters Club. That's it. I can't judge him. I'm sorry. Speaker three, Vinod. He used the word of the day, and so Bidu also, he used the word of the day. The good thing is, and for Vinod, I can say it will be great if he can use the hand gestures. The connection between the audience was not there. I didn't find that. So that was missing. Overall, the speech was good. The way he shared his journey was amazing. Do I need to evaluate table topic as well? Since
I
it's
think
already
it's already done, so you don't need.
okay. So
So
this
if
is the, but I would like to call upon the grammarian to show their report. Toastmasters. It is Girish, but I guess he is not here.
Sure. Gunjan, I think Girish had actually dropped off after giving his remedial
Yeah.
report to me. So I'm going to quickly read out the areas where all of you truly excelled as part of today's meeting. And if you wouldn't mind, I'll also go ahead and go on with my counter report. So after I'm done with my remedial report. So it was an amazing meeting without a doubt. I think there were a lot of excellent usages from what I see on this beautiful script that Toastmaster Girish has prepared. The word of the day today was nostalgic, but I'll come to that later in my report. To get started with, I think there were some excellent usages from our speakers, namely Ashwini had a wonderful quote that said, communication is the key to success, no matter in which field you're working. And I also loved the way she set up, because the vocal variety that was involved in the usage of that quote was truly brilliant. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Bidu, had a wonderful usage of words. I think he used the word stagnant, which I felt was used appropriately. And there were a host of other usages, which Mr. Girish was not able to make a note of, but it was an amazing speech regardless. A round of applause to Toastmaster Bidu. Vinod had an excellent set of usages, of which one of them was an idiom. I think he used a famous idiom, butterflies in my stomach, which is an expression which refers to you feeling anxious or feeling nervousness. And he also mentioned another interesting idiom, which was small wins in life, which obviously means to get to know or become aware of something in a very accidental manner, inadvertently, so to speak. And then our guest, Prasanna, had a very good usage. I think he said, I never did I never did any form of public speaking in my life. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's actually a correction. My apologies. It was actually a correction. I think he had mentioned I never did public speaking in my life. I think you can probably say I've never done public speaking in my life. But regardless, your confidence was exuberant. All of us were able to feel it. So thank you very much for joining us. And I think Aparna had an excellent set of usages. I think she used the word staunch. She used the words pain in the neck, which was used in a rather very emphasizing way. And I think she also re-emphasized the usage of the sentence never give up. And she had a bunch of anaphoras where she used the word yes, yes I do, yes I continued. There were a host of incredible usages. Thank you very much for your delightful table topic. Now there were a few areas of improvement during today's meeting. And I think one of them was someone said in a book also he has written this. Instead of saying that, you can probably say he has also written this in a book. Instead of saying having a not giving up attitude, you can probably say having a never give up attitude, which would probably be more suitable or more apt. With that said, there were a bunch of word of the day usages from all of you today, and one of them was Toastmaster Nadian, who used the word of the day, and Vinod used the word of the day, and I'm not sure if anybody other than the two used the word of the day. If anybody did, then please raise your hand or you should remain in silence. Okay, I don't think anybody else used the word of the day. So a round of applause to all of them that happened to use the word of the day today. And for those that couldn't use the word of the day, please unmute yourself right now, because I'm going to give you the opportunity of using the word of the day, nostalgia. That's right. I want all of you to unmute yourself and repeat after me. The sentence goes, the 700th meeting. Repeat after me. Come on, I'm not able to hear anybody.
The 700th meeting.
The 700 meeting.
The 700th meeting of Speechweavers Toastmasters Club.
Of a Speechweavers
Toastmasters
Toastmasters Club.
Is filled with nostalgia.
Is filled with nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Thank you very much for using the word of the day, and I hope all of you would go back home and use the word nostalgia in the most nostalgic moments in your life.
Sure.
And on that note, I'd like to cross over and present my account report for today, which features a load of R usages. A lot of people use the word R today, so that's something I'd like for you to work on. To quickly run through all the names, Toastmaster Bunny used the R word, I think she used the filler word R once, but aside from that, she didn't have any other filler words in her speech, which is truly brilliant. So round of applause. Toastmaster Bunny. Gunjan had a bunch of usages involving the filler word so it's something for you to work on. But aside from that, you didn't have any such filler words for me to note. Ashwini had 4 R's. Bidu had no filler words. Great. Vinod had 1 R and 3 ums. Prasanna, who was our table topic speaker, as well as one of our speakers today, had a total of 8 R's and 2 UNOs. But with that said, it's a wonderful start because a lot of us had many R's and ums getting started. Girish had no such usages of clutch words. Shilpa had 2 R's. Myself, I couldn't keep a track of it. Dr. Pasha had 6 R's, and he had a couple of filler words and a few repetitive words. He used the word so quite a few times, and he also elongated the usage of the word the, which is something he can probably work on. And then the other table topic speakers had the other table topic speakers were Shubi, who had 5 R's. Shilpa had 4 R's. Then Shilpa also happened to have another filler word in her table topic or repertoire, which was the word like, which she used a few times. So that's something for her to work on, I presume. Aparna had no filler words whatsoever, so that's an amazing thing. Then Nadian had a total of 8 R's, but aside from that, there were no filler words whatsoever. And as a suggestion, I think somebody happened to use the word skill as a skill. So maybe you can just take a pause and probably say skill instead of saying S skill, so that it doesn't sort of become a filler in itself. With that said, I'd like to hand it back to our general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adarsh, for your report. I would like to call Toastmaster Shilpa for the report on time.
Can I share the screen?
Sure, I'll just make you a host. Yeah, you can proceed to share your screen.
Thank you. So here is my timer report. Toastmaster, sorry, speaker 1, Toastmaster Ashwini, time taken is 5 minutes 53 seconds. Toastmaster Bidu, 5 minutes. Toastmaster Vinod, 4 minutes 26 seconds. Evaluator, Toastmaster Nadian Selvam, 7 minutes 23 seconds. And table topic speakers, guest Prasanna, time taken is 1 minute 20 seconds. Guest Dr. Pasha, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Aparna, 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Adarsh, 2 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Shubhi, 53 seconds. I couldn't enter 53. And this is Toastmaster Shilpa, 1 minute 13 seconds. So this is a timer report from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator for today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpa. It's really beautifully you have maintained this Excel. From this, I think I'll like to give the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mayur. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Gunjan, for conducting the general evaluation session. I hope you have covered everything from start to end, and I hope everybody has taken this feedback and applied in for the next meeting, and they will have, this will help you improve your various activities we have done today, and whether you on which part you have spoken today. With that, I would like to conclude my theme and the meeting of the day, and I hope everyone has enjoyed, and I hope everyone would like to improve their public speaking as well, right? So to improve anything, you need practice, practice, and just practice. If you practice more, you will excel more. With that, I would like to hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster, our presiding officer, Toastmaster Joseph. Over to you, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mayur. You have conducted a very good meeting today. As what I can say is the 700th milestone meeting was fulfilled. As far as our general evaluator, what happened to me was a little bit of internet problem, and my granddaughter came to my rescue, and the internet is that she is now running on that internet. The general evaluator appears to be missed me. I don't know. I gave a very good song, and there seems to be, I don't know what happened to the general
I didn't know that I have to evaluate that as well.
It's not evaluation, it is only appreciation,
Like appreciation, that's what.
Okay, fine.
But it was
so
nice,
much.
we really enjoyed.
Anyway, thank you so much for everybody has taken a very good role. And I thank all those role takers who came from other clubs, have really done a very good job in adding color to our 700 meeting milestone. As I said before, I would be having, the Speech Weavers Club will be having a lot of champion speakers. They will be attending every week from now onwards. And I wish that you all take an opportunity to come and attend our Speech Weavers Club so that you may have a lot to take away and also improve your career in the Toastmasters. And also for non-Toastmasters, it is an advantage. It is free of cost to you. So it is better to take a chance and learn public speaking and anything, humorous speech or whatever it is, and also table topic impromptu speech for the guests. That speech with the club always gives you an opportunity to speak. So this is the time that everyone has to take an advantage. And thank you so much for all of you once again, to the guests and the speakers and my dear Toastmasters. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a nice evening with your friends and families. God bless you once again.
So there's just one more thing.
Now, declare.
Apologies for interrupting. So I put up the link to vote for your favorite speakers and road takers in the chat. So please go ahead and click the link so that I can announce the winners. Back to you, Joseph. I only have around 2 responses so far, so I can probably go ahead and fill in the responses real quick so that I can announce the winners right away. So you probably have another minute. Maybe you can, the time is 6:41, maybe by 6:42, you can just fill in your responses. I think maybe meanwhile, Shubhi can probably share her thoughts on today's meeting. Maybe you can just go ahead and talk about how you thought today's meeting went on, and I would like to hear from you in general.
Shall I speak now or after 2 minutes?
Yes, you can go ahead and share your thoughts on today's meeting. So how was your experience in general?
Okay. So, well, joining meeting after joining Toastmasters Club, like approximately for 1.5 months. Although I've joined in December, but I'm joining this meeting for the first time right now. So it was a good to connect with you all on the 700th milestone meeting, and I got to know how every one of you are improving from your first meeting of Toastmasters Club and then coming up to whatever number this meeting yours. So glad to know that everybody improves. Although I know that I have met a few people who have joined Toastmasters Club earlier, and I saw them skills, how communicate with as a public speaker or in general. So them, and it is also a reason in Toastmasters for me. So and listened from yesterday that we found. So it was a great to learn from you all and got to know how people from different domains can come together, improve their communication skills. Yeah, that's all. Over to you, Adarsh.
Thank you. And Joseph, sir, with your consent, I'll just go ahead and announce the winners from today's meeting. I've received around 10 responses, so I'm just going to stop accepting further responses. The best supporting vote taker at today's meeting was Sajna Bams at ATM Millen. A round of applause to ATM Millen for such an energetic start to the meeting. The best vote taker at today's meeting was, without a shadow of a doubt, our table topics master, Toastmaster Dwani. Thank you very much for joining us, enlightening us with your truly remarkable table topics. Then the best auxiliary vote taker in today's meeting was myself. Thank you very much for voting for me. I was your counter today. Then the best speaker, I think it was split between 2 people. It was split between Ashwini and Bidu. So thank you very much. And I think even Vinod was truly brilliant. I think it is so split. And I think it was only by had that both Bidu and Ashwini won it. So thank you very much. And a lot of applause to both speakers. The best table topic speaker in today's meeting was Toastmaster Aparna. Thank you very much for joining us from the Gabbies. You were truly amazing. And on that note, I think a lot of people had positive feedback on today's meeting. So thank you very much. I'd like to hand it back to our presiding officer.
Thank you all for conducting this voting, and I will wish everyone a very good day today, and also the success of the winners. Congratulations to you all. Now I end the meeting, have a milestone meeting 700 into close.